It's 2019 and absolutely nothing is sacred anymore in today's cancel culture. In today's video, I'm going to discuss the newly released Joker movie that's been absolutely destroying the box office right now and how it shows us how absolutely out of touch the talking heads and the elitists are to the general population and how this affects you as a person and as a business owner. Stay tuned. Hey there, my name is Jacob Billett, CEO of Billett Enterprises, and welcome back to my channel. So today's topic is a Trending Tuesday topic where I identify some things that are happening in our society, in our culture, in business, in the markets, whichever, something that I feel like can really affect people both when it comes to their personal lives as well as their business and their finances. So the Joker movie was just released and it's absolutely annihilating the box office right now. I believe it actually brought in over $60 million on its opening weekend right now, and all of us are expecting that to just keep going. So now cancel culture, what is the cancel culture, right? So the cancel culture in movies is people are actually using fictitious movies and comedies and acts, and they're actually using it as a moral compass in today's world, which it used to not be the case. I mean, people are really thinking that these movies and these video games are actually influenced, and again, if they're based on fictitious characters now, they're actually believing it is influencing people's actions in the real world. And is it? In my opinion, it is a little bit, yes. We live in a society today where, especially with the younger generation, there is a lot of loneliness. There is a lot of people yearning to be a part of something. That's one of the biggest reasons why gangs is such an issue and drug abuse is such an issue, is people are looking for escapes. And so the way that how connected we are with digital media, with Facebook, with movies, with advertisements, the whole nine yards, I think a lot of people are starting to lose touch of reality a little bit, and they go to the movies. I mean, remember years ago when The Matrix was released, right, with Keanu Reeves? There were people that were actually jumping off of roofs because they felt like they were in the Matrix. And again, I actually did a video not to go off subject, but I did a video on kind of the psychology and the thought process behind some people that believe in the flat earth. And a lot of people, they reference the Matrix when it comes to their belief system with the flat earth. Like it is a matrix, everything's an illusion. And that's scary. That's really scary. So again, and that kind of illustrates kind of the mental health issues that we're dealing with as well. But a lot of people are putting a lot of focus on a very, 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 very small, minute portion of the population and is holding actors accountable for what is going on. It's a fictitious movie. It's the Joker. It's the darker side of the origins of Joker in the DC universe. I mean, it's not reality. However, because of the buzzwords and because of the shock and the culture and everything that's going on with some of the violence here in the United States, a lot of the elitists, a lot of the talking heads have come out and have publicly disown this movie, speaking poorly about the movie. And again, it really shows you the out of touch of what the people in the country really want to see. Again, I'll actually put a link to a topic I was speaking about, Dave Chappelle's Sticks and Stones, right? Where Rotten Tomatoes and all these other authorities when it comes to film and media have absolutely crushed these movies. Say, I mean, matter of fact, I think Sticks and Stones are like at 17%, but yet the audience score with tens upon tens of thousands of reviews was scoring this movie at 97%, and we're seeing the same thing with the Joker, right? So Rotten Tomatoes right now, I believe, is rated at about a 60 to 68%. However, the audience score is well over 90%. So the people that are watching the movie, they understand it's a movie, they enjoy the movie, they enjoy the backstory, and that's what film is supposed to be. Film is supposed to entertain. It's supposed to push some boundaries. It's supposed to, you take a look at things a little bit different, but again, it's fictitious. It is a fictitious film based on a fictitious character in a fictitious universe. I mean, I don't understand how differently you can look at this. And again, like Joaquin Phoenix, who's the actor of the Joker, right? He actually walked out of an interview because the interviewer, and I forgot what paper it was, and I'll put a link to the actual article below, but they were bringing up how do they feel about how problematic, and that's a big buzzword, that kind of community, right? Is how problematic this acting was and how it's in poor taste because of different shootings, this, that, and they even brought race into it, of an angry white culture, and it's really quite sad to see how far they stretch to be as woke as they think they are. So again, how does this affect you as a business owner? How does this affect you as an individual? This shows the power of influence. Not just the power of influence, but the power of censorship as well. So and when it comes to marketing, especially with Instagram, especially with Facebook, a lot of these promoters or influencers or ambassadors, I hate to say it, but the majority of these people are very, very fake. We see it in the fitness industry all the time. I come from a fitness background. I was a professional competitor for several years and as a professional athlete playing football. So nowadays, if they wear the proper apparel, they wear the proper yoga pants, and they do some kickback stuff on a machine, now they're an Instagram fitness model. And people eat that up alive. And they really fully believe in the persona of the person and the authority of that person just because they say they are who they are, really without any other kind of background. And so these fake influencers, these fake authorities on things directly translates over to movies as well, to where people are looking for role models in movies, in fictitious villain movies. There needs to be a role model. Or they're using platforms because they want to see either more diversity in something that is not very diverse. In certain geographical locations, some of these movies are made, or time periods that these movies are supposed to be made. They don't care about really any kind of accuracy. They care more about what they want to see and their perfect world, and there's a lot of projection. There's a lot of virtue signaling that a lot of these demographics are, with the talking head and the elitists that are putting up into Hollywood. And we see so many boycotts now on movies. I mean, just there's a lot of craziness. And so instead of actually enjoying the movie for the entertainment value and going away from your world for a bit, they're wanting to see, again, role models. They're wanting to say, well, that's not how people should act, and this and this and this, and it's absolutely bonkers. But again, that is what influence has been doing to these consumer bases. And so this is something as a business, if you are looking for influencers or have a genuine influencer, you can start going out and promoting a product, and as long as you look the part, as long as you take advantage of this kind of psychology, you can do really well, which is very dangerous. You've got people that are promoting and talking about products because people believe who they are. They want to believe they're bigger than life, like they're real life superheroes and they're real life idols. That it doesn't matter if that person used the product or not. It doesn't even matter. It's because it's so and so. So and so says it, they're gonna do it. Because they can't differentiate between when they're acting and then what reality actually is. It's a very, very, very slippery slope. And again, people are looking out, especially the younger generations, they're looking out for these people's roles in movies to emulate because they've got no other role models. Like, that is their role model, are people that play fake characters, and they're following fake characters for influence. And it's absolutely mind-boggling. But that is the state that we're in right now. And again, it shows the power of influence. If you have a business, you can go out, you can pay influencers very, very little money or none, go on as sponsors. People can go out, and if they have any kind of base and they have that kind of following, the manipulation is very easy to go into the sales funnel and do what you need to do. So as business, this should really open your eyes to see the power of influencing on different social media platforms. And it doesn't matter if the person believes in the product. It doesn't matter. I mean, real life just doesn't matter anymore. It's just whatever's put out there. And again, especially the younger generation, they eat it up alive. So not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong, but it's what we're looking at right now, and that's how the world works right now. So again, this is kind of, again, there's no spoilers, this isn't a review or anything. This is more of just looking at that, that new movie, that Joker movie, and then bring it into what we're seeing here on the social side of things, and when it comes to actually bringing it into our culture, and kind of how the reactions are. So again, there's twofold here to kind of wrap this segment up. So there's two subjects here, right? There's, people are liking what they're seeing. And even though there's attempted censorship and there's attempted campaigns to bring these videos down or cancel them because they're too much, because again, they can't understand it's a fictional universe, and so it doesn't matter. It's a movie. So you've got this side doing that, and then you've got another side that is just blindly thinking that these movies are real life and whatever it says goes, and they just move forward with it. So it's a very, very interesting time to be alive. And it really does illustrate, again, not only how out of touch certain people are, but also some of the mental health issues that we are dealing with right now, and some of the social and cultural values of people that are just not that interested in real life anymore. They're not interested in their life or what they do. They live vicariously through other things. That could be sports, that could be movies, that could be public figures, etc. So it does highlight a lot of big things that I think a lot of people should look at, and obviously be open and really call things for what they are. And instead of playing this PC culture or this cancel culture, everybody has a right to expression. Everybody has a right to say what they feel, unless it's like disinformation campaigns or propaganda, which everybody classifies everything as propaganda anymore. So I guess that's kind of more of an individual thing. But really just kind of take a look at, because again, things like this, even though you might hear all this outrage about this Joker movie, like, oh, I'm not a movie guy, I don't really care. But if you really look at things a little bit deeper than surface level, you can see how this influences our culture as a whole. And in business and being an entrepreneur, you need to be able to identify these things so you can make sure that you are not only presenting the best product, but you're able to do the best marketing, and you can kind of understand how your buying base and consumer base is. And again, with this younger generation coming up, they are very, very soon going to be the second highest buying power. And very, very soon after that, they'll be the first, because the boomers are really dropping out of money. And they're starting to go more into fixed income. So the biggest consumers right now are these younger generations, and that's where a lot of businesses are starting to redirect their marketing, and they're starting to target these industry or these demographics. So again, Jacob Billett, CEO of Billett Enterprise, and I appreciate you guys being here. If you like the content, please like, please subscribe. Really helps me out, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Wealth Wednesday. Take care.